Well, 2016, they started hitting you with a bunch of fines. You wore baby blue cleats.
Yeah.
They fined you for. You danced after a touchdown.
Yeah.
They fined you for.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, a lot of sports writers were actually saying that they were over-fining you. They were kind of taking advantage of you a little bit. Do you feel like you're getting picked on a little bit?
Nah, I just feel like, anytime you're in a position where attention is being brought upon yourself in regards of your success, it's going to come with some criticism. And, obviously it's a football game, it's entertainment, and it's meant for criticism. You got fantasy team, you got fans, you got all type of sorts of things. So I feel like me and Coach Tomlin used to have these conversations. He used to be like, "Hey, B, you don't realize like how people look at you?" And I used to be like, "Yo, I don't really think about how people look at me," you know what I'm saying? But he was saying that to say like, when you make these plays and you do these dances and you bring more attention to yourself, that's possibly what the criticism you probably gonna get, being in the game and playing the team sport.
Well, that year, 2016, you were on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh yeah, after the season I was.
Right. Which, to me, that's where you kind of started to get bigger than football, I feel. Now you're like in mainstream America. You're already big for football, but now people who don't watch football are not watching you dance on TV.
Yeah.
And you actually got to the semifinals.
Yeah.
You finished 4th. You didn't do too bad.
Yeah, shout out to Shauna Bridges.
Yeah, Shauna Bridges was your professional dance partner.
Yeah.
How'd you enjoy that whole thing?
I feel like it was a good experience. That year, I think I had got a concussion. So for me, I was like, I need something challenging on my memory. Like, all right, so we practice the dance. I gotta learn it this week. Performing on Sunday, and we gotta practice the walkthrough on Saturday. So for me, it was exciting. It was a challenge to be able to try to perfect that craft in the off season.
Well, that next year, you got to the Pro Bowl again, 6th time.
Yeah.
First team, unanimous decision. You ranked the 2nd best player, as well as the best wide receiver by your peers in the NFL.
I still ain't get it right.
Who got it first? Who's number 1 that year?
It should have been me.
I know it should have been you, but who was it? Do you remember?
I don't even remember 2nd place.
Not important. Not important. But you were considered the 2nd best overall and the best in your position.
Yes. Yeah, they starting to, once you put on a body of work, you know what I'm saying? When you make a name for yourself, you make a name for yourself on work, Vlad. You see what you explaining to me? The work you put in.
Yeah.
Not what no one else make up, not what people say. People know me for the work. And your walking, talking, breathing resume is your work. You know what I'm saying? What you saying?
I mean, was it frustrating getting all these accolades and being in the position you're in, but you're not going back to the Super Bowl all these years?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? You just know, the icing on the cake is the winning the Super Bowl with your team.
Yeah.
But anytime you set out a goal for yourself or put in a lot of work and it pay off, NFL is hard. So it's skilled labor and it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah, I mean, winning the Super Bowl, a lot of pieces have to fit together.
Yeah, it got to be collectively.
Yeah, collectively you got to have, you could be the superstar.
Yeah.
You could be Carmelo, but you're not going to the finals just being Carmelo. Like a lot of pieces have to fit together.
Yeah.
Okay. And then that next year, you reached 10,000 career receiving yards.
Yeah.
Another big accolade. Only 2 players reached that in fewer games.
Yes.
So you're now going in the history books.
Yeah, I'm stacking up the archives.
Stacking up the stats.
Yeah.
You were in Drake's God's Plan video?
Yeah, shout out to Drake. He let me do a cameo right in Miami.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, I think, his biggest song ever.
Yeah, he told me it was going to be the biggest one ever, too. Shout out to Drake for taking me to the movie theaters in 2017. That was a blessing.